Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. It's been a while, and as you might hear from my voice, I actually managed to pick up some nasty allergy on the way back when I was on a plane, because who knew that stuffing a couple hundred people into a metal tube and sending them up in the air for several hours would assist with the spread of disease. So the beauty of compromised immune systems and long COVID strikes once more. So excuse my voice, and since it has been a while that I have actually recorded, let's do a quick recap where we are at. The American Civil War has not been going in our favor necessarily. We have done some damage to the syndicalists, but the eastern flank of the Union state, despite our best efforts, has been completely collapsing. So right now our troops are doing a fighting retreat out of Charleston, and we will see. We'll see how things develop there. We'll let the Americans stew in their own problems because we have other things going on. Italy, we are squeezing the syndicalists. We have managed to cut them off around Ancona, the port that we've been trying to take for ages. And we have troops now moving in the north as well. So I think the days of syndicalist Italy are numbered, which is good. We are still trying to finish off the Serbians, who are proving to be surprisingly resilient, and Romania has actually pushed back significantly. So at this point, I really would like to finish off Serbia if we can, so we can redirect all these troops eastwards. But Serbia keeps being still in the war. It is the Serbian-Bulgarian war. Serbia is 99% towards capitulation, so they should capitulate, but they don't. And we will do what we must, but the Romanians are actually pushing us back in the east now quite noticeably. So that's an area where we have to counter once we have sorted out the Serbian problem here. And in the north, more wars are going on. Finland is now under attack by the Russians. So now this is an interesting situation, because Finland used to be in the Reichspakt, but Finland no longer is, and their far-right government now finds themselves, after betraying us more or less and leaving the Reichspakt, on their own. So while we do not necessarily want to support the Finns, at the same time, we do not wish for Russia to gain additional territory and control over the Baltics by having a larger number of ports available from which to operate. So we might have to send some troops there as well. In the east, we are just kind of assisting a little bit with defense against the communists in India, but the legitimate Chinese government under the emperor is currently fighting, has decided to go on the offensive against the various warlord cliques, and is trying to extend Chinese imperial control over the southern provinces. That we are generally in favor of that. The problem is if the Japanese and their satellites in the north get any funny ideas, then things might go differently here very, very quickly, and we do need to somewhat curtail Japanese influence in the region, especially that German East Asia still hasn't managed to deal with the rebellion on the ground. We are almost done sorting out our infantry equipment deficiency, and we're slowly starting to build up a bit of a stockpile in terms of artillery, but we are going to need more, a lot more. Because if we're looking at the infantry, at the division templates, the regular infantry division is going to need an artillery. The Sturmdivision is going to need 2 or 3. And the Panzer Division obviously can't stay like that either. In fact, we haven't started production of the actual proper Panzer division yet, but I am going to duplicate that already, and that is going to be the Mobile Panzer Division. It's a mobile armored division, and that one is going to be there for purposes of blitzkrieg, and they are going to use exclusively medium tanks, and equipment-wise, Yeah, we'll stick with that one. We can use that. We can use that potentially to limit the. No, I can't even change that. Thinking we could use that to limit to designate the equipment, but we can do that here in the division equipment as well. So we want to make sure they don't use the interwar medium, and we are going to need additional. We don't have half trucks just yet, so we do want to. I do want to have self-propelled artillery in here for more soft attack. But a setup like this would be a 20 with mobile tank division, or mobile armored division, with 7.3 kilometers speed and 44 armor versus 36 piercing. Now this is mostly going to be the prototypes that we have right now. We can still improve this division template a lot, but we can already save that and start queuing that up. We don't have any equipment for it yet, but I would like to have probably 4 of these. And it's not here. There we go, 4 of these. So let's get the production queued up already. And then we can, as we go, improve these. Our operatives are busy currently in Russia. We have one operative in North America. We will move him out because we are no longer engaged there. In return, I will send him to France. I'll send him to Paris. Who was it? Josef Jacobs. Yeah, he should go to Paris, because we don't know an awful lot about we don't have an awful lot of intelligence about the French at this point. So we do need to get that done. I have sent the 4th Army under Halder to Belgium, just as a little reinforcement here. So they're on the move. I don't think we'll be running into trouble with Austria-Hungary just now, and we really need to start building our defenses also in the east in case of any kind of Russian aggression. We right now have the 1st Army under von Leeb in the east, but they're understaffed. They're mostly basic infantry divisions, so there's not an awful lot they can do just yet. And we will have to see where we can build a decent defensive line against Russian aggression, and that'll be an exercise to see where we can get supply, because most of these positions probably don't have the best supply. But let's take a look. So instead of a defensive stance, let's see what it would look like if we were taking an. Oh, I can't do that across multiple. No, I can. If we were taking an offensive stance along a reasonably well-established line that we can actually defend. Yeah, this would only let me go up to here. So probably not a front line, but instead we are going to use an actual fallback line for now. And we definitely want to hold. Yeah, this is going to get tricky. We want to hold the north, so we will try. We will try to build a. We'll see what that looks like supply-wise. Now that we have motorized supply, see if we can build a defensive line along the rivers here. Okay, I think now we're talking. So we have a defensive line all the way from Narva in the north along hopefully somewhat defensible territory, and then following the river positions here in the south. We are probably not going to be able to hold east of Kiev too easily, but we're building a strong defensive position along the rivers and then all the way, and we'll see if we can hold Mariupol. We can always shorten to Kherson in the south and see how that goes. All right, so primary objectives for now: finish off the Italians, finish off the Serbians. That really needs to happen. So we'll keep the assault going here, and we have, I think, we have the first Kampfgeschwader in the air. So air zone. There are a couple of enemy fighters up in the air, which are disrupting us, but I don't think I have a fighter wing that currently isn't engaged, or that can reach over here. Yeah, we've got the We've got all the fighters up in the air over the Po Valley. I don't really need this fighter wing over here, so we can take the mission off for now, because we're no longer actually fighting in this air zone. But oh yeah, actually we are in this region. So okay, you do need to go back up for aerial superiority, but we don't have an awful lot of things happening here. We do need to backfill fighters. We do need more. We do need significantly more military factories as well. So let's boost up the construction of these. We'll do that once the infrastructure is done. But we've got 18 military factories in schedule right now. So there's a lot of things we need to do. And yes, eventually we will need to equip all of these with artillery, which would cost us 2,500 artillery pieces, which we don't have. So we definitely need more artillery, which means we will probably boost that up to, let's bring that up to 10 for now. We're going to need, that's the flag. We are going to need a lot of artillery. Oh, we are already at 10. Okay, so that should be enough. Maybe with the production efficiency gains, we're going to get there eventually. We can also purchase. We could also purchase artillery on the international market, I think. But yeah, we could buy a fair amount of Skoda artillery. Don't necessarily need to just now. We might get to it later. But we also need to secure these trade routes, so it's all going to get rather interesting. Anyway, for now, we are good to go. We've got, I think, 2 more submarines that can join the 4th Unterseebootflottille and train up. Our ship production, our naval production is chugging along. The Elsass class is still going to take a while. We're getting the Strasbourgs finished, and we are building 2 von der Tanns. In fact, given how long the von der Tanns are taking, I'm probably going to have to schedule another one in parallel, otherwise they're never going to be finished. So, which one are we using? Wilhelmshaven Werft. So, second von der Tann is under construction, or is going to be under construction once that's done. And we are starting to build up destroyers. We're going to get the Rhein class built as well. So more navy coming in as we go, but we're going to need a lot of destroyers as well at some point. Anyway, for now, let us see if we can finish off the Italians here. I think we have an opening here actually to encircle these divisions that are relatively cut off. They're trying to break out north, but we can push through here relatively easily. The armored division in the north is defending itself. And we are making progress. In the north. Mountaineer divisions, yes. Everyone else is just holding the line right now. We might be able to counterattack, or once we have an opening across the river line, then we can easily counterattack there. My bigger concern is this conflict here. So let's see if we can manage to finish these divisions off here without too much trouble. With air support, that should work out eventually. They are obviously holed up in the mountains, but we really need to destroy these and finish off Serbia. Okay, they have pushed from the north, which is great. Serbia, by all intents and purposes, should have given up at this point, but I'm not entirely sure why they don't. But now with additional reinforcements from the north, this is going to work out reasonably well. We have managed to... Okay, we're going to need to defend ourselves here, but we have cancelled the attack for now. And we'll send 2 divisions out here. Well, if we can. And just on the counterattack. Okay, so we should be able to... close this now. Okay, let's pin these divisions in place. Close this in the north. And that should allow us to encircle and destroy the remaining syndicalist troops here. Tanks are rebuilding there, and we're almost at Bologna. So once we link up here, destroy this, we should be good in terms of. Okay, we get pin the divisions here, Mountaineers to the north. and we have managed to encircle them. Mountaineers are defending, and that should be the end of, how many have we caught here? I think 3-4 divisions. We have tank divisions that we can use from the north to destroy these as well. So let's just assist with the tank, at least with the tanks that are combat ready. In the east, yeah, we're making progress. We've almost pushed them out from their mountain stronghold, and then that'll push them towards their. Yeah, I think they are getting defeated here relatively quickly. Okay, and I think we have. Have we got them? Let's already expand our lines on towards Ancona. That's going to be their last stronghold, and that has, after years of fighting, finally fallen. And I think we have just wiped out the last remaining troops here. That should have been a fair amount. Yeah, we've got 40,000 troops have either surrendered or been killed on the front lines. So let's finish off the south. Okay, south has been consolidated. This is the Italy Expeditionary Force, so we can get rid of that line. I could clear that all up a little bit. There we go. And then these 4 divisions are going to get a front line. They can't move in. Okay. We can't enter because of who controls the territory, by the looks of it. Okay, so these are the divisions that have been sent to the 2 Sicilies. So things are getting definitely interesting here in terms of assignment and of access to things. So it looks like the divisions that we have sent to the 2 Sicilies in the south cannot actually enter the territory of the Northern Italian alliance here. So they will have to go the other way around. That is fine. We are going to give them a... we're going to move them over here, and we're going to give them a front line here. And then with the goal of cleaning up around. And we're just securing the positions here north of Ancona, and then we'll be done with that. In London, trouble is brewing. This morning, another note verbal of this of the Sylvia Pankhurst administration has arrived at our embassy at Carlton House Terrace. It demands the immediate appearance of Ambassador Leopold von Hösch at the British Foreign Office. Normally, such drastic measures are only taken in case of serious policy disagreements between 2 states. But in recent months, London has made use of this tool quite often to express their disagreement with all kinds of dissident-related events taking place somewhere on German soil. Accordingly, our ambassador was not very surprised when it transpired that the matter at hand was another trivial one. It turned out that recently, British counterintelligence had arrested 2 members of the Committee for the Restoration of Great Britain in Dover, and found compromising documents on them that revealed their ties to our Secret Service, Abteilung 3B. Of course, London now demands that measures against that are initiated immediately. Hösch is thus faced with a foreign political dilemma. In principle, it is not uncommon nowadays for intelligence services to have opposition members of rival states on their payroll. In the syndicalist bloc, it has been common practice to support the left-wing scene in Germany too, even if we have no tangible proof of this. I think we had plenty of tangible proof of that. We've mostly shot it. In addition, the German Foreign Office has no control over the Secret Service and therefore cannot be held responsible for this incident. Therefore, this British harassment, one of many in a row, seems like an act of deliberate provocation. Now the following question arises. Are we really willing to grant the British concessions in the name of international détente, or is it a better option to remain uncompromising and rebuff their audacious request? After all, no foreign country has the right to intervene in our domestic affairs. So we have two options. We can promise the British to investigate the matter. They demand a cessation just as context. These guys... the British government in exile has been working with support from the German foreign intelligence to undermine, because they want their homeland back, the same way that the French want their homeland back. And this is all action that I wholeheartedly support. However, Britain is obviously not very happy about this, and they want us to do something about it. So we could get three world tension, which gets us another step to war, which we are potentially not ready for. Or we can tell them that we shall be investigating the matter and then do nothing about it. Obviously, in the public, that makes it sound more like we are willing to bend. Now, we have to play this cleverly, because we are still very much not ready. We still got I can't actually type. I can type into search. No, it was more prepared. That was the phrasing. Yes. So we've still got a couple of things to do in order to prepare for the next Weltkrieg, especially down this branch here. And as such, it would be prudent to just in public make a statement that yes, we'll be doing something about it, and in private then not do something about it, rather than going up in war support, and which isn't bad. It'd be nice to have better war support, but it'll increase our mobilization speed and the command power multiplier, which is now nice to have. But I think it's not worth it for three world tension. We've been spending a lot of time on peace efforts. So let's for now publicly declare that yes, obviously we do not support foreign interference in internal affairs, and we will give the secret agency a slap on the wrist. But of course, in practice, we're not going to do anything. As one of the most renowned representatives of Germany's diplomatic corps, Leopold von Hösch always knows which words are needed in what situation to pour oil on troubled water. After a short but determined consultation with Berlin, he decided to promise London vague concessions in the name of rapprochement. He has recognized the validity of London's complaints and promised that the German government will initiate investigations within the German Secret Service to track down black sheep. Certainly not an uncontroversial move. Already sensing that tensions with Britain are likely not going to ease in the future despite all efforts, and that London's primitive affront could be interpreted as a deliberate provocation attempt, Hösch's strategy primarily boils down to underpinning Germany's reputation on the world stage as a tranquil bulwark of righteousness. A Germany that deliberately creates tensions in peacetime merely in the name of national prestige might be isolated in case war breaks out, as has already been proven more than 20 years ago. Foreign policy hardliners may disagree with this assessment and will surely soon overwhelm the cabinet with countless angry memoranda. So that decreases world tension and reduces the war support, which is good in my case. So yes, obviously the people in Germany who on the far right who want to go to war are going to write angry worded letters. They can do that. But for now, we have to be smart about this, and I feel that this was the right move because it makes us not look like we were wanting to go to war. We're letting the syndicalists make the first move while putting down the fires that they're creating all over the world and isolating them as much as we can. So that sounds like the right move to do, and there we go. So now we just have to finish off the syndicalists here. And I think, can we support this from the north? No, we are actually one too far away. We are forcing the attack across the river, but the Italians here are very exhausted, and I think we can make that move, which will allow us to bring our troops closer, which means we can potentially concentrate our forces here and launch an attack towards Genoa, and we're going to get all three divisions in on that attack. And yes, please do not let up on the Italians just now. And we'll send a second. No, go this way around, please. Second Division, the 5th Königlich Bayerische Infanterie. That's a good way for me to avoid the 41st problem. Just use the German terms. In the north, we also need, with these troops, we need to have a... we are going to push Bologna, I think. That is relatively clear. So let's create a... What is the best way to go about it? How's the supply situation? Okay, we have Florence. We have supply from Florence. We could take the supply up in Ravenna. Yes, we probably don't want to go through the mountains, but push across the river to Ravenna. Ravenna is heavily defended, however. Alternatively, we could try to push through the mountains with the tanks. Not great. So I think our first attempt is going to be with these two divisions is going to be to push towards Ravenna and then towards Bologna. That is just the more suitable territory for armored warfare. So let's concentrate here and target the push towards Bologna. Let's remove that. Okay, and 2 tank divisions on that offensive mode. And once the mountaineers are done here, then they can help out as well. Okay, that's all under control, and we have some political power. What was I saving that up for? Yeah, we need to fill out our military high command, but we also need to. We're on partial mobilization, which is good. We can also get we can either get political advisors or we can get we could get a chief of air force, for example. Oh yeah, we did get, yes, we wanted to get von Richthofen. That's the one, yeah, for 50, perfect. Because we used the, I forgot about that. I used the, where was it? The Independent Air Force Spirit to reduce the cost for that. So that's great. We can do that. We are finishing off the Serbians here, and then we'll swoop east to deal with Romania, and then if Greece is still hungry for more, then we can get that done as well. How's it looking in other places? Yeah, we're still doing a fighting retreat out of Charleston, and while the lines are still holding, and so far China is making inroads, I think. So we'll leave them to it for now. And Germany is still struggling to make this work. And here, yeah, we are just defending, dug in as we are. Okay, so the focus is on the European theater, and hopefully with air support we can push them out from here as well. And then it just leaves the last bastion. Unfortunately, yeah, we're running a little bit out of organization. But unfortunately, the encirclement debuff seems to not be working as intended, at least in these sort of situations. So we have finished a national focus. I wasn't not interested. I wasn't paying attention to which one it was. I think, was it? Oh yeah, the self-propelled artillery. So this gives us self-propelled artillery focus. So we have now a... There we go. 10% soft attack and 5% max speed on self-propelled artillery, which is great. It also gives us a... we are more prepared. Yeah, and it gives us a 100% research bonus for artillery. So that's something we can probably use. That's probably this one. Yeah, that's the research bonus. Can we use that for anything sensible? Does it make sense to use that for an ahead of time? Probably not. We could use it for... Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really use it effectively, I guess. We'll just use it as a general boost for getting faster. But the next research that we need to get into is the Selbstladegewehr, the self-loading rifle, Modell 40. As well as Recon 2, because Recon 2, actually not Recon 2, Engineer 2. Engineer 2 gives us flamethrowers, and flamethrowers is something that I want to have. So a lot of stuff coming up, but for now we are going to look at the next Preparedness. What else can we do? We can... Okay, this is actually alternative. We don't necessarily need that yet, because that gives us a research bonus, and yeah, we could use that. This gives us 100 trains. What else is there? These are a little bit far still. This has country-specific bonuses against France or Russia. We could try to go down. We could try to go down von Schleicher's path a little bit more here, because there are a lot of things for preparedness. These seem to be relatively exclusive, so we don't need to do the Wahlprüf because we've already done self-propelled artillery. Because it's either of these two, and nationalize the railways is... Where is nationalize the railways? Let's see where that is. Oh, that's over here. Yeah, so we can go down the von Schleicher path, and we could take this one as well. That would also give us more prepared, and it's exclusive with the other one with the military railways over here. Although that one's faster, so that one's probably the better one to take. Where were the preparedness focuses? Here, prepared in von Schleicher's path. Hang on, where am I? It's a massive focus tree. Okay, there's a fair amount of things down here, but this is not. This is just for reducing the lacked preparedness modifier. And so it's probably quite essential that we rush down here and get these done, because that seems like a relatively large accumulation of things that we can do. So establish the Gewerkschaftsbund is the logical next step. So let's do that. That is unifying the German trade unions. So let's get that done, and then it opens up the path further down. All right. Here we have almost broken through. And we're still fighting retreat through Charleston. They should be, when are they going to be back? August 10, so in 6 days. So still fighting their way out. China is doing China things, and we're clear in India. So let's keep going on the ground. And I've almost managed to encircle them there, and I think I will need to divert one to pin here. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Stop. Stop the assault. Yeah, it was a pinning attack. It is not necessary. Let's get everybody. Let's get everybody in on the defense, and then we will crush this. And Serbia still hasn't surrendered. There's something really weird going on here, because they should have been. They have no victory points. They should have surrendered by now. So it could be that the surrender mechanics are disabled for the Civil War in some way. So we really don't have an alternative to just completely crushing the remaining troops here. So we'll just wipe everything out. This is Serbians, Romanians, and more Serbians. Okay, so no foreign troops here. So we'll just defend. And they should have been encircled. But that seems not to have happened. Okay, anyway, we have made progress. There is one division left that we can assault here, and now they get the encirclement penalty. So it is the neutral state that allows them to not get the encirclement penalty. So once we have encircled them with everything from our own side, now that makes things a little better for us. Once we have encircled them with everything from our own side, then we are in a good state. So it's not completely broken. It's just if there's a neutral state nearby. Okay, we're getting troops into position. The Bulgarian Expeditionary Force needs to regain their organization. Unfortunately, that allows these guys to dig in the mountains. And that is going to be a tough nut to crack. But any kind of division that we can, yeah, and they need their full organization, and they can also get their planning bonus up. So we'll leave them there for now. They should be out of supply unless they're holding a port. No, they don't hold a port, but they don't also seem to be out of supply. So they definitely get supplies through Illyria over here, which is unfortunate. But we do have planes in the air, so the situation there should be all right. And how long? Oh, that's up till December still. Blueprint stealing. For that we could actually get the blueprint stealing. I don't know if that'll boost the current one. Let's do it anyway. So I need a couple more upgrades anyway since we're here. Okay. I think we have an opportunity to counterattack to Ravenna and link up in Bologna. So let's go. Pushing north. Here the other divisions are in place, so they can finish that one up and then move on towards Ancona. And that should that clears up the last of these troops. Here we have encircled all these divisions, but yeah, because they have neutral access, I think they are not going to. It's not going to work the way we wanted it to. New troops available. You can join the Second Army, which can get back to just training up. Okay, so the volunteers are back, and we have captured a Dutch operative. Now this is surprising. The Netherlands are not in a faction, but they are relatively friendly towards us. Well, Miss Den Breyen, we have ways of making you talk. So good work there from our own operatives, and we are from our defense. They have lost an operative. Okay, we're pushing towards Bologna in the north, and we are going to move against Ancona now. That should be the end of Italy there, which leaves us with this unfortunate situation. Let's see what that looks like if we attack here. So obviously, yeah, they do not get the encirclement debuff, which is going to be a really, really hard fight to get these guys destroyed, but we have to destroy them. Otherwise, we can't free up the troops. Elsewhere. So what we'll have to rely on is that they cannot escape. So if we can get one of them, if we can focus the firepower, get one of them destroyed, then that'll work out. But I think this is just going to be very costly in terms of manpower here. So let's stop that for now, and well, let's make sure that everybody gets their planning bonus up to max. Meanwhile, Ancona is under attack from multiple directions, and the tank division, the 1st and 2nd Panzer Division, are about to hit Bologna. We have made it across the river on the other side, so we can shorten the front lines here, and we can continue pushing Italian divisions, punishing Italian divisions, and shortening their. How far away are they actually from capitulation? They cannot be that far anymore either. It's the Italian War of Unification, 77%. Okay, but I think once we take, what do they have left? Once we take Bologna, they're gonna be shrunk towards Genoa there, and there's not an awful lot left there. And Ancona will fall as well. So that's all done relatively soon, and then hopefully we can make something happen here. Yeah, this is a little bit of a worry. This is a lot of troops, and without the encirclement debuff, how long is it going to take? So I want the 40% bonus from planning, 2.4% per day. So it's kind of like 2 weeks or something. Let's wrap up things here. Italians are mounting a spirited defense in the plains in the north here. Let's see if we can break them there with the assault divisions. And Ancona is about to fall. A couple more divisions can go into the Second Army. That is the one facing France. And we are getting counterattacked here in Ravenna, but yeah, it's so the tanks have to defend while on the assault towards Barcelona, because they are trying to counterattack us here, which means we are going to go on the defense first in Ravenna, get our organization back, and then launch another assault towards Barcelona. We have taken Ancona, which means that all of these divisions are now relatively free to move onto the new front lines. Let's get 3 divisions up. The Italian Expeditionary Force, however, I think we're gonna have to redeploy here and then make a push north towards La Spezia, because that's the only area that we can actually access. And please take the train there, make it quicker. How far are we away from the assault on the last Serbian stronghold here? I think we are looking reasonably good. Let's give it a spin. Let's see what that looks like. So we are launching the attack. Obviously, we're not breaking through that very easily, but we have a good amount of planning bonus, and we have air support, and hopefully the damage that we can, because once we start running the assaults on the ground, the bombers actually start joining as well. So hopefully we can manage to deorganize and destroy at least one division there. That would be the plan, and not give them time to get their act back together. But they are dug in very, very well, and this looks like it is going to be way more difficult than initially anticipated, unfortunately. So why is my tank division here? Might have been pushed back. Let's send it back to the front lines, and we are about to encircle one Italian division here in the north. How is the Finland situation looking? Seems not to be an awful lot going on there, so I think we'll just leave the Finns to it, ungrateful bunch that they are. China seems relatively stable. The final assault against Serbia is going to be super difficult. And we have the 15 cm schwere Feldhaubitze Modell 1936 finished. So thwhile this assault is not getting us where we want to, so we're going to abort that effort for now, we can and should, as the last action in today's episode, design ourselves a new tank. So we are going to take the Standardpanzerkampfwagen 3 prototype and create a variant of that. And that is and we're going to remove that because I really don't like that. That is the Panzerkampfwagen 3 medium tank, and it is going to get the medium cannon, which means it is going to have a noticeably better breakthrough. Can I see by how much? I can compare this to the prototype. Yeah, it's going to have 5 more soft attack. It's going to have 10 more piercing, and it's going to have a bit more breakthrough, but it is going to be slightly slower. Reliability is at 75%, unfortunately, which is pretty low. The medium cannon is reducing the reliability quite a bit, but that is going to be our Panzerkampfwagen 3 medium tank, and there we go. That's the Panzerkampfwagen 3. We are going to switch production from that to that, and we are going to use, who did we use before? Henschel, yeah, for fast tank. That was the wrong one. I wanted to switch to prototype. And actually, yeah, we need to update we do need to update, okay, no, this is Rheinmetall. This is we don't have one from Henschel, yeah, so we need to do that as well. Let's do that. This is for artillery. So this is, what can we do here? We can go with production efficiency, and or we could go soft attack 2%. Yep, that sounds good. Soft attack 2%. Yeah. No, we'll do that by hand because maybe it updates the wrong one. Okay, so that's Rheinmetall done for. Let's quickly check that I didn't mess that up. We have the Panzerkampfwagen. Nothing, no upgrades available, but I have changed the wrong. So I did not wish to start a new line here, and I think I have changed the wrong production line. Yes, this one was the one supposed to be changed. So let's make sure we get that right. So this one from the prototype switches to Panzerkampfwagen 3. And we are going to design a self-propelled artillery. So we're going to get that, create a variant, save as new. And that is going to get the medium. We don't have a heavy howitzer. So the medium howitzer, which is going to... And we can put that into a fixed superstructure, which is going to up the reliability quite a bit. And but this will in the future allow us to mount a heavy howitzer on here for more soft attacks. So we may as well just do that by now. And that is going to be the artillery. So I'm not sure what that stands for, but we'll roll with it for now. So that is going to be, we can, given that we're down to 7.1, we can reduce the engine power a little bit on this thing. There we go. Gives us a good reliability, 44 soft attack. And can we have a better model for this? None of this looks particularly like I wanted to. Definitely not this one. That kind of looks more like a howitzer, so we'll be using that one. And yeah, that matches that reasonably well. Maybe this one more. Yeah, that looks about right. And that is going to be an artillery tank, or a self-propelled artillery rather. So that is the WT3. I really want to know what this abbreviation stands for, but we'll figure it out eventually. Save that, and then actually we need a yeah, they can use. We could use a different designer potentially. This is just giving armor for infantry tank. Nah, we'll just stick with Henschel as well, since we're at it. So they may as well just design that thing too. So we are going to go for this production line. This is the one I wanted to switch to the artillery. Okay, no, you're not doing it. Okay, I might have to close it, open it again, and then we're hopping over to this production line, switch to artillery. There we go. Using Henschel as a producer, and we eventually probably going to need 5 on that. And that means we can change our Mobile Panzerdivision and add Armored Combat Support Battalions, a medium self-propelled artillery. That gets us up quite a bit. In how much did we have before? 170. That gets us up to 214. Nice. And that is going to be expensive, but because we have a new line here. In fact, actually, let me put... Oh, I can't put the new line there. I would have loved to put the new line there, the combat line, because I want to fill these two eventually with mechanized. But it is what it is for now. Organization is a bit low, but that's going to be our tank division for now. And that will be that. And that means we have a research slot, which we can now use for nefarious purposes. Do we want to go advanced machine tools? I think that might not be a bad idea, because a lot of our things are actually at production limit right now. So let's. We do have a research, but I know I want to use the 100% research bonus for rushing dispersed. So in that case, what else do we have to do? That's still a year ahead. We kind of have to do radar tech at some point, because we are going to need radar coverage. We're also going to need aircraft research. But I think I'm going to. We can either go for the rifle, or we can go for the engineer. I think I'm going to go for the engineers just so I can get started on flame tanks. And that is the Deutsche Waffen- und Munitionsfabrik, a German weapon and munitions factory, which gives us infantry and support equipment bonuses. Interesting. Have we actually used this one? Because support equipment, what are we using for support equipment for production? Oh, that is the one we're using for production on support equipment. Okay, perfect. So engineer 2, research done. Okay, that's underway. And we've got a couple of troops which can join the second. And with that, we have made progress in Italy. Honestly, Italy is probably going to be falling next episode. This war is still sort of stalemated, and we are going to try and clean up these divisions here. If we can't avoid, I mean, we are freeing up effectively four Bulgarian divisions. It's not an awful lot. If we can't destroy this, then we'll head north towards Romania and try to. This is much better terrain here, and try to break east here and make something happen. So that's something we can do. Last things last. Oh, we have 73. I haven't paid attention. We can get von Richthofen. There we go. Von Richthofen, and the next political power set, I might be spending on an advisor here. I'll have a look on. I'll have a look on what we can do. 10% stability wouldn't be bad, and 5% political power gain. That might be something. That might be something I can do. Minus 5% consumer goods. Tarno Bade. 10% max factories. Ooh, nice as well. Spymaster might be nice too. Not sure I need him. 15% consumer goods. Train and railway, not really. Nuclear research, not really. Synthetic oil, don't need. Konrad Zuse for better crypto. 10% research speed. Yeesh. Yeah, it'd be nice as well. 10% political power gain. A lot of really powerful advisors here. Armor speed plus 5%. Middle Europa improvements. 10% war support I can live without. Factory construction speed be nice. Civil captain of industry, a war industrialist be nice. I'm feeling like, where was the 10% political power gain? 10% factory output. Tarnos sounds like a good one to have later on. Who do I have currently? Gericke. That's infrastructure. I can replace him eventually. So that leaves me enough space. So probably, where was the propaganda one? We'll see what I do. But there was something here. Yeah, here von Malzen. 10% political power gain. That's quite powerful. Especially that I still have to fill out the other positions, and I have to get off volunteer conscription and a lot of things. So that might actually be the next one I'll get. Alternatively, for Max Planck for 10% research speed, that'd be good as well. Have we gotten all the research slots? I think there was another. Okay, we need to do the Sekretariat für Arbeitsbeschaffung and the Kaiser Wilhelm as well, because that'll give us an extra research slot. So that actually is something that's quite. We might have to slip that in and just live with the debuffs if it comes to that, because I really want that extra research slot, because we have some naval research to do I can use that for. Anyway, been going on for long enough. Thanks everybody. There's actually some fighting happening here now. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.